Hello, hello, hello. Again, I have missed you guys terribly. Welcome to a special episode of Break the Cycle with me, your host, Joshua Smith. Howdy. It's Sunday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sabbath. Everyone's enjoying yourselves. I know some people think the Sabbath is on Saturday. Some people think it's on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm just happy to be back, man. It's been a long time. A lot of new stuff, new exciting stuff. I got a new baby. We got a new house. We got a new studio. And we got a new guest host, my good friend and new partner on Break the Cycle, Mr. Ryan Kurtz. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited to be here. This is cool.
Cool, man. Well, I'm happy to have you, dude. There is a bit of an echo, they're saying. I'm guessing that's if I'm too loud.
Yeah, you do get pretty loud.
Yeah, if I get loud, we're gonna have to work on the limiter and the noise gate on his mic. My mic doesn't pick any of that stuff up. But let's start off with some sponsors like the old days. Of course, we got toplobster.com, the man, the myth, the legend, my good friend and partner on Break the Cycle. We can get this great Tower Gang Tetris shirt that you see me wearing tonight by using BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. Or you can join the Patreon Subscribe Star or become a YouTube member under all of my videos by hitting the join link. And yeah, you can get all his stuff up to 2 weeks early before it goes to the general pop. Good stuff. Of course, you guys are already all members. You're already in the Patreon. You're already in the Subscribe Star. That's why you're here for this special stream, because it's only my paid members who have stuck with me through the hiatus the whole time. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, someone told me the song's still going on. I can turn it off at any time. I'm sorry. I was trying to be like Dan Smots, my good friend Dan Smots, who I love very much. But yeah, you guys, thank you for sticking by me through this hiatus. I know it's been a long time, and I've been working very hard to set up this great studio for you all. And also, while you have a second, go check out anthemplanning.com for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. They're doing a wonderful job. The government has historically sucked at much cheaper and much more efficiently. Great people. Please go check them out. Guys, great show for you tonight. As you know, this is a special episode of Break the Cycle. I don't know how long we'll go on, but we're basically testing. It's a test run. We've already found some bugs, some echo from the other mics, because there's 3 mics in the studio now as opposed to 1. And also, we're going to have to work on some monitors here, because I'm used to being the only person in the studio with somebody who's virtual, and that is not the case today. We have my good friend Ryan here. Let's get to Ryan. Sir, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty darn good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, bro. I appreciate you. And we got the Break the Cycle TV behind your head, so you're ready. You ready to go? I like it. Why don't we listen? These are the people who've been with me since the beginning, right? All right. These are the people paying attention tonight. These are the people that help fund the show, support the show, keep us going. And you're the new co-host here, man. They're going to want to know all about you, I'm sure. So why don't you tell them about your journey to liberty, my friend?
Okay, so I was raised in a very conservative household, and we were kind of neocon all the way.
Oof.
Yeah, my mom, who's far more politically involved, one of the two, is essentially one issue voter, which that would be abortion. And so whatever side was pro-life, that's who she voted for. And I kind of had followed in my parents' footsteps for a while. And in college, I went to Drake University here in Des Moines. Go Bulldogs. And Ben Shapiro, that was like right at the time when Ben Shapiro rose up, and he was kind of a point of sanity when, in the college environment, which is just complete indoctrination. And then from there, I kind of evolved. I was kind of big into Marco Rubio, and then Marco Rubio.
Never even heard of him before. Just kidding.
The last picture of me with my appendix is me with Marco Rubio. And then the next day, my appendix basically exploded. So that should have been a warning sign. I wasn't paying attention.
There's a really good warning in there somewhere.
Yeah.
For sure, if you guys aren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
support Marco Rubio, lose your appendix.
Yeah. So then I just kind of, once I graduated college, I really started to explore a lot more different fields of thought because there's not much room for it in college because they're constantly trying to shove down one mode of thought, and that's all collective when you're in school. So after that, I started exploring different modes of thought, and Tim Pool was one of the people that really had kind of a diverse set of people, and Dave Smith was on there one day, and it was just this whole kind of awakening moment where I was like, okay, like all of this makes sense. Like this isn't pandering. This isn't vote for me. This is well thought out, well reasoned, and principled people with it's a philosophy with integrity, and it's gonna help the most people.
Sure.
And that was kind of my wake up, and really started diving into Part of the Problem, Tom Woods, Malice, and just started reading their books, read And the Fed by Ron Paul, and just continuing to read as much as possible, and just keep growing and meeting cool people like Josh who can help me.
I'm not cool, man.
Help me learn.
I'm not cool.
I'm
just a dude standing in front of another dude asking him to co-host my show with me because I'm ADHD and I can't stay on track.
Yeah, you picked a terrible co-host.
So now
if your goal is to find somebody.
There's two ADHD dudes standing in front of two ADHD dudes asking them to help each other stay on track.
Yeah.
So, a little more accountability, Hey, you guys out there, if you're watching and you're in the chat, let us know how it sounds. Let us know. This is the test run, man. I built this whole studio over the last couple weeks since we moved into a new house. From scratch, pretty much. I mean, I had to really go out and get some new cameras and dig up the old microphones and start really kind of engineering a podcast studio from the ground up, and not just a backdrop with like one dude interviewing people online. So it's been quite a thing, dude. And of course, while that's going on, we got this hubbub of the New Hampshire tweet about McCain. Happy holidays, by the way, everybody. Buddy, you and I probably disagree a little bit on this. I'm of the thought that I have no quarter for warmongers and neocons, and it's funny because I was a neocon too, right? I joined the military. I right after 9/11. I was on the USS Constellation. We were the shock and awe campaign. I mean, we dropped 100 billion tons or 100 million tons of ordnance on Baghdad, right? And it really jaded me on the military industrial complex in general. And so when I got out of the military, I wasn't a libertarian yet, but I was anti-war. And that's my one thing, right? Like that's, everybody's got that one thing. Like you talked about your parents being that one issue voter, right? And abortion was their thing, right? I'm sure there was other things they cared about. You know what I mean? But if it was cut down to voting, it's that one thing. And for me, it was the anti-war sentiment, right? The unfortunate part about that is there is no people that are anti-fucking war in Congress or the Senate.
There was one.
Yeah, there was one. He was a good guy. There was one. It was Ron Paul, and Ron's amazing. And I like to think that his son, who has fallen quite far from the tree, is a little anti-war. And I think Thomas Massey is pretty anti-war. But given the options, I didn't really have many to vote for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you make that your issue, it's very hard to vote for people for Senate and Congress. I mean, there was great local candidates that I've known that were Republican. I know great local candidates that were Democrats. I know great local candidates that were Libertarians and Green Party. And but those people aren't, they aren't really, at the end of the day. My friend who ran for city council was a Democrat. He was a Democrat. And I asked him. I said, my biggest problem with the localities is that they'll fine you if you let your grass grow too long, right? I mean, that's really let that sink in. Okay, if I go out of town for a week and a half, I can come home to a bill on my front door that says my grass is too long and I'm fined by it. You know what I mean? If you're outside of an HOA. I mean, there are localities that do this. This is a real thing, especially in California, right?
Yeah, I remember it was rampant. There was a county in Arizona where they stole a guy's house because he went on vacation for a week and then he like refused to pay the initial fine and it got up to like $31,000 in fines.
Yeah, at that point I just tell him to kiss my entire asshole.
Yeah, that's essentially what the guy did, and they came knocking on his door with the police to evict him.
Right. Why out, dude? What are you doing? We're literally on a podcast. Thanks. Goodbye. My son, who knows better if that door is shut. It's funny. My last podcast studio was in the basement and there was no door.
Yeah.
There was you saw it.
Yeah.
Ryan and his wife helped us move, actually. Very nice of him. And this is really just the only way I could pay him is like, hey, you want to be on my show, dude? No, it's
yeah. I'm blackmailing him into having me co-host.
No, so truth be told, there was no door on the last podcast. At the top of the stairs, there was no door. You come downstairs, there's the podcasts. The kids were running and screaming. It's the reason why I had to learn how to use limiters and noise gates and stuff. Because the kids would be upstairs right above me just screaming their heads off. I'd hear them. My podcast never caught it. Now we have a podcast studio that is fully closed. There's doors closed. And my son just opens the door right in front of me and goes, I was wondering if I could come in.
You just wanted to hang out, dude.
Like, dude, we're literally doing a show right now. No, and I get it. And you know what? There might be times where we just put my son on the couch and let him hang, dude. What do you think about this, kid? You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to ask him, dude. I don't know. I like the TV behind you. It looks good, dude. How do you guys feel about the TV behind... optimize the pics behind Ryan, not the correct sizing. Yes, that's actually your job, Top Lobster. And I could just set it to play too, but for some reason they're just not the right size. I don't know. And then if you look at the logo on the OBS as well, it's really blown out if you make it small because like if I make the logo the size it's supposed to be, it looks really good. Watch. It's just so big. It's so big. You can't. It's over.
Oh, yeah.
It's so big.
That's kind of intimidating.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, you just got me behind
You're just
you,
like
cross guns, like staring at you,
leaning over me, guns pointed back of my head. Yeah. You know, Epstein suicide style.
Yeah, that's the old logo, and then it cycles through. That's I believe that one was kind of old too. That was one of the old ones that he did. I actually think that one's really cool. It doesn't have me in it though, so my narcissism, you know. What I mean?
Yeah, that rampant narcissism.
These are the new ones. These are the new ones that he did that I think are much more lifelike, for sure. I look older and tireder than the first one for sure, as it should be. But yeah, this is all Top Lobster's the man, dude. He's really great. I'm controlling that TV with my Xbox, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have controls for all the lights. I have controls for all the lights, some of the cameras. It's pretty wild, dude. It works good. I learned that I could set up all my lighting and all my cameras and everything and actually control them all with my phone in one central spot if I want to as well. But I have the controller already. Yeah. So I like to just do the controller because it's all push button. Yeah. I don't even have to look at it anymore. I just kind of know what's happening. So, but let's talk about this New Hampshire tweet, man. Because look, I'm going to put the pressure on you here.
All right.
Okay? I hate the McCain family almost as much as I hate the Cheney family. Very close. Okay, maybe more. To me, Meghan McCain made all of her money and her entire name for herself off the back of an absolute piece of shit warmonger. I mean, one of the worst in history, right? And I mean, we're talking 500,000 dead Iraqi children. As somebody who served in the Iraq War and had a hand in that and has to live with that every day, I hate those people. I don't wish them well. I want them to cry and feel bad every day. I want people to bully them until they hide from society. That's literally how I feel about these people. So I understand that I'm the vice chair of the Libertarian Party. Okay. And I understand that comes with the
responsibility.
The responsibility. That's a good word.
Yeah.
The responsibility of being a little more professional than I probably normally would be.
Yeah, of not being a schoolyard bully.
Right. Which I was never a schoolyard bully, but I will schoolyard bully the shit out of some warmongers and journalists. Okay, so so here's the deal. I think about that I'm supposed to be more professional than maybe I would be. But we talked about this before the show.
A little bit.
I was also elected because of who I am.
Yes.
By people who know that I'm going to be who I am.
Yes.
I was elected to stand up to the losers in the party.
Mm-hmm.
I was elected because I troll the shit out of journalists. I troll the shit out of warmongers. I am a perfect scored commie hunter.
So this wasn't like trolling them. It was like, I guess you could consider it trolling if it was like the same way people got like trolls. Chris Chan to stick like stuff up his ass, like that kind of same mean-spirited troll.
Sure.
But it just like celebrating death is never really a good thing, and I kind of see it as a violation of the non-aggression principle.
Oh, dude, don't start.
But
you're starting to sound like Archie, buddy.
Yeah, but I feel like I haven't formulated an argument well enough on this to really carry it out.
Okay, let's hear it.
On the non-aggression principle, but there's like the people in politics that you typically see celebrating death. It doesn't matter who. They're usually giant pieces of shit.
Right.
Like,
and I'm not saying that I'm not a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm a good dad.
You are.
And I'm a hard worker and I'm a good partner. Yeah. But there's definitely times where I'm a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Top Lobster became a new member. Look at that. Did you guys check? Did you see the new alert box? Did that look good or what? Did you see that? Let's keep that chair. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? You can't see it.
I can't see like anything. I don't even know what I look like. I could look like total shit, and he was just lying to me that I looked good.
You look great, buddy. No, you look great. And I want my viewers to know that the reason why I think we'll be good co-hosts is that we don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
Right?
If you agree on everything, that is such a boring conversation.
But we do agree on a lot. I mean,
we agree. Yeah. We agree on a lot.
I'm just way cooler than you and way more extreme than you are.
Yeah. You're
not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to agree.
I mean, you smoke, ride a motorcycle. You fought in a war, and I do ride a motorcycle. That's something that happened during this hiatus, though. I started riding a motorcycle, guys. So here's the deal. You played like professional football, like
not professional, semi-professional,
semi-pro. Well,
which is really just gay football.
If we're getting like semantic here, professional. You're a professional at something once you start making money.
Right.
Doing it. That's like the difference between it.
Yeah, I never made money playing football, literally at all.
You didn't?
Not $1. No. They never even gave me health care, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I played simply for the love of the sport.
Yeah.
So, simply and into my 30s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I played my last season of semi-pro football at 33 years old. I was the third oldest guy in the entire football league.
Yeah.
That's and the other guy that was older than me was our team captain, who was 40, and he was a wide receiver, and everyone called him Dad. And he was the fastest guy in the entire league at 40 years old. Absolute monster. Antonio. He's also an actor. He was he was on Grimm a bunch and like all these other TV shows in Portland and good stuff. Oh, he left a super chat. Oh, Top Lobster says he's moving to Iowa. Keep that chair warm for him, Ryan. First of all, there's no warm chairs in Iowa once winter comes around. Second of all, let's be honest, Top. You ain't moving here, dude. You got Florida, buddy. You got Florida. You're excited to live in Florida. I wish you'd come. It's a super chat. It is a super chat. Oh yeah, the new alert box that I have does not show the super chat anymore. I have to read them. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. But you have been a member of the channel for 14 months. Wow, dude. That's a long time, bro. I appreciate you. That's very nice of you. So the New Hampshire tweet. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to bring it up because I'm pretty sure YouTube will take me down if I do. Yeah. It was just a picture of Meghan McCain crying over John McCain's American
was it
flag.
Meghan McCain?
Yes.
I thought I've seen conflicting things that it was John McCain's niece.
No, it was the pork chop herself, Meghan McCain, dude. And, and she was crying over her dad's casket that's draped in an American flag. Mm-hmm. And they simply said happy holidays. You know? Here's the deal. When John McCain died, God bless that brain tumor.
Yikes.
No, here's the thing. I did publicly say, I said, I'm not going to grave dance. I'm not. Okay. I don't need to grave dance John McCain. He was a piece of shit. Enough people know that he was a piece of shit. Yeah. But I will tell you this, and I said this very publicly. I said the world got much safer today. Mm-hmm. And that was the truth.
Yeah.
And you can't deny that that's the truth, right? Mm-hmm. If John McCain was still alive, we would still be looking for new wars constantly. And I mean, we are.
Yeah, we still East, are,
but not to the extent that when mm-hmm. John McCain had his finger on the go button.
Yeah,
it was war after war after war after war, and that was how it was always mm-hmm. going to be. He was going to keep pushing forward. He wanted to fight Iran. He wanted to take Iran out. Okay, who, by the way, doesn't give a shit about us.
Yeah,
they don't. We've been fucking up their country since the 40s. And that's the truth. I mean, but Mohammad Mossadegh was elected democratically, first elected democratically prime minister of Iran. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I hate democracy. Okay, I know you guys probably don't believe that because I work in democracy, but mm-hmm. I don't like democracy. I think it sucks. Right? I think it's got us to where we are today, but. It's probably, I don't know, maybe Iran's better than having a Shah. I don't know, mm-hmm. right? I'm not from Iran, and I'm not going to prescribe what they enjoyed and what they wanted. But when they democratically elected Mohammad Mossadegh, mm-hmm. Mohammed said, okay, we're no longer going to subsidize your oil to Britain and the United States. You guys are going to have to pay full price for this shit. Sorry, right? And so the MI6 and the CIA got together and were like, hey, this guy's kind of a fucking pain in the ass. Maybe we should do something about this Mohammed guy, right? Mm-hmm. And at the time, Iran was like, they were opening discos, right? Like the women were like wearing dinner dresses and mm-hmm. like all this, and they were driving like 50 Bel Airs and Chevys, mm-hmm. and it was like a really cool looking place.
Yeah.
And so, we couldn't have that. That's too much freedom for the Middle East. And we need that oil a little cheaper, guys. That's how we make mm-hmm. our money. So they got together and they literally pushed a coup of Mohammad Mossadegh, took him out and reinstalled the Shah. And that's how it's been ever since, right?
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely crazy to me, right? Like how the fuck did we get to Iran? Oh, Tumor McCain, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, they want to fight that guy. They want to go back there and keep fighting that country. And why? You know what I mean? So this guy was directly responsible, in my opinion, at least partly, up there with Albright and all these other people too, right? Definitely responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths, children deaths, right? And then his daughter comes around, Meghan McCain, this whiny mm-hmm. pork chop ham bone, right? Writes a book, makes all her money off his legacy, and blah, 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 blah. So, okay, I get it. It's a rough tweet.
It is. See, there's a difference between like you tweeting out, the world became a safer place today.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad this man can no longer have a negative impact on the world. And the New Hampshire tweet, which was like, I'm glad that you suffered at the loss of your father. I'm glad that
But
you were suffering.
What if I am glad that she suffered, though?
That just kind of makes you a shitty person.
Yeah,
then.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I could be a giant piece of shit. But here's the thing: is she said the January 6th protesters should be in Guantanamo.
But isn't part of the entire goal of libertarianism to alleviate some of the suffering of people?
But you have to understand. So here's the deal: she has advocated for the suffering of people all over the world for many, many years, right? So it's like, if I can't laugh at her suffering while she's literally trying to push to put January 6th protesters in Guantanamo Bay, where she's called for the continued bombing of the Middle East, where she's called for all these things that her dad did. You know what I mean? Look, if John McCain was crying over a dead person, I would be laughing at John McCain. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind, because John McCain was such a I mean, John McCain went directly to hell the day he died. There's no doubt about it. 500,000 dead people, innocents.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to hell, right?
With that tweet, because I know Meghan McCain saw it, she tweeted about it. The chances of her becoming something other than her father, the warmonger, her changing her mind, her getting better, the chance of that literally, it went to zero.
She's in her 40s.
Yeah.
She's not coming back, dude. She's going to be who she is forever now.
I mean, my dad was monogamous till his 40s, so.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I'm just saying, you never know, dude. You know, my dad was not monogamous, and is still not monogamous, but he also has 16 children across the United States. Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up, but I'm trying to have all my children.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Not just have them spread out across the United States. So that's why I'm in Iowa. But yeah, I just don't look. I understand that it was a hard tweet for some people to digest, and I try to break it down for you too. You also have to understand the New Hampshire libertarians. They don't give a fuck they don't care literally at all about growing the Libertarian Party. Okay, it's not their thing, dude. I promise you. To the New Hampshire libertarians, and I mean this, to the New Hampshire libertarians, their goal is to grow the free state. Okay? And to do that, they have to get all the vile Democrats and Republicans to leave their state. Okay? And
but so, why would you do that by becoming vile libertarians?
Well, here's the deal. They are libertarians, okay? But they see the Libertarian Party, and I mean this, they see the Libertarian Party as another outlet to grow the free state. Okay. And let's be honest, as offended as that tweet was, as offended at that tweet as some people were, there's a lot of fucking people out there that love that tweet, dude. Like a lot.
Through my scrolling on Twitter, the main person that has loved it would be Top Lobster.
That's the homie though. That's like that's my brother. That's my best friend. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but then
hold your tongue.
But then influential people, like highly influential people, like Tim Pool, who I wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for him, said, "Hey, that's pretty disgusting." Like,
yeah. Well, Tim, it's Tim though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a self-admitted middle of the road fence sitter.
Yeah, but he's been I've watched him for years. He's gotten more liberty minded as time has gone on.
Have you seen the comments of his post about it though? Because he just got ratioed, dude. Like bad. Him and Lydia got ratioed in that post. I mean, just absolutely destroyed by 1,000 comments of people telling him that he's dumb. Okay, so you got to understand that there's a lot of people out there that appreciate the brashness, that appreciate the troll. I mean, look at it this way. And I said this 2016, 2017. I said the same thing. Donald Trump won the presidency, dude.
Yeah.
And the memers and trolls literally put him there.
Yes.
Okay. And they were vile. They said a lot of really bad shit. They made posts with Michelle Obama with a fucking dong hanging out of her shorts, dude. You know what I mean? And this is the truth. This is where our society is. You know, there's this saying that, you know, hard times make strong men men make good times, and good times make weak men, right? We're in the good times making weak men situation. And it's becoming the hard time situation. Okay. And when hard times roll around, people are fucking done, right? They're just like, this is it. We're going to fight. We're going to say whatever we want. We're not going to hold back. You know, me personally, let's say me personally, over the last 5 years, okay, I've been called a neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been called racist. I've been called a loser, deadbeat, jobless, couch surfing bum. Okay.
Yes.
Somebody who doesn't have any money. I've been called an abuser. I've been called all of these things. Okay. And there was a time in my life where I was like, oh no, dude, that's not the truth at all, guys. I got to sit down. I got to tell you all about why you're wrong. Okay. And this same thing happened with me with COVID as well. It was like, I went from, please let me educate you, to get the fuck out of my way or else, right? It hardened me entirely to a point where I'm ready to just fight everybody who steps up and says anything to me, like physically. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of these people are, dude. You know, people my age, I'm almost 40, right?
Yeah.
You're a little bit younger than me. What are you, 30?
I'm 27.
27, yeah, you're a baby. So I'm almost 40. Okay?
Yeah.
I went through the Iraq War. I went through 9/11. I watched this shit, and then we got to COVID, and it was like, okay, now we're gonna lock you all in your houses, and we're gonna do this shit. And I was like, no, dude, fucking absolutely not. I've watched you screw over not just our country, but every other country around the entire world. Right? You have fucked them all over. I've come to realize that we are no longer the good guys.
Yeah.
And it's hardened me to a point where I don't give a shit about what New Hampshire tweets. In fact, I think they didn't go far enough.
Okay. I'm struggling to imagine how they could have gone much further.
I don't know either. I don't.
Like,
but if they could have.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to challenge New Hampshire.
Oh, God.
You guys are a bunch of pussies. Go harder, dude. I'm just kidding. No,
somebody's going to see that and get it over to them.
Jeremy Kaufman, if you're listening. Eric Sawyer, if you're listening.
I love Jeremy Kaufman.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy's definitely supportive of the McCain tweet. Let's just put it there.
Yeah.
But you're a good guy, too. I want my viewers to know that. Okay, just because we disagree on this specific tweet, we agree on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty extreme white, like libertarian liberty guy. So
yeah, I am, and that'll come out more. But I'm also a more agreeable personality than you are, and I would guess a lot of libertarians.
If we're still doing this show in 13 years, we'll see if you still feel the same. You're almost 40.
I mean, my personality's like pretty set in stone at 27 because 25 is about when that happens. So,
well, I was a very agreeable person at 25 too, buddy. I was a very agreeable person 3 years ago. Literally, right? Like at 35, I was like, "Hey guys, let's talk about these ideas and let's get this going," you know. And I'm telling you, I'm literally at a point now where it's like, I don't fucking care what you think anymore.
Well, and for me, it'll always be how it's approached.
Sorry, I'm joking.
Because if you're gonna tell me like, go fuck yourself, you're the next Hitler, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's sit down and have a discussion like this. I'm gonna be like, okay, nobody loves you. That's cool.
Yeah. I was talking so much that my throat got dry. And I started just like hacking up along. Hey, they just reposted pics of Mike Obama. Yeah, that's true. The maze balls, Ryan. Right, you're a good dude. I appreciate having you here, man. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I love being pushed on this, and like I don't talk with many people that like can challenge my ideas and then hold their own against me like in conversation because they've actually spent more time thinking about like their ideals than I have.
Yeah. Well, I'm dumb. I just want everyone to know that. I'm like, of all the podcasters, I'm probably the dumbest one, to be honest with you. I'm a complete idiot, but I'm so bullheaded that it's hard to argue with me because I will be like, I don't even care if I'm wrong anymore. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm wrong. So what? I'm not gonna explain myself at all. No, it's true. I like I think about people like Tom Woods and Dave Smith and Scott Horton and all these wonderful people, and I'm like, man, those guys are really fucking smart. And I'm just not. Yeah,
it's odd. Horton is one that I've never never really like gotten into much of his stuff because every time I've seen him with some like on a program, he looks like he's one bad day from a schizoid breakdown.
Dude, no, he's high and loaded up on Dr. Pepper, bro. That's it, dude. He's like, no, Scott is one of my very, very good friends.
Mm-hmm. I love you, Scott. Like you've been fighting a war against war that like for longer than I've been alive. That I can't even imagine the just fortitude that would take to stay that principled and that energetic about like the same issue for so long and just continuing to dive in, especially when it's as disgusting as it is. You're just staring right into the void and it somehow hasn't consumed you.
Well, here's the deal. He doesn't believe that Nick Sarwark is a Fed, so he's not all the way there yet. He'll get on my level. And, no, I had Scott Horton on the show several times. Scott's a good friend of mine, like a brother to me, right?
Yeah.
Probably more than all these other podcasters. I love Dave. Dave's a good friend of mine. I love Robbie and Tom and all these people, but Scott is like my fucking brother. Right?
Yeah.
Like I love that guy to death. Every time I see him, it's an instant hug, smile. Like I love the guy to death. But he came on my show and fucking yelled at me because he's like, "There's no fucking proof that Nick Sarwark's a Fed," and I'm like, bitch, I fucking served on a board with this guy for 2 years. That's all the proof I need. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes, dude. The guy. Every time we had the opportunity to bolster the party, this dude went in the opposite fucking direction every single time. You only do that if you're getting paid to create chaos.
Either that or you're a few cupcakes short of a picnic.
Well, I know Nick. Nick, you know, for as much of an idiot as people think Nick is very, very intelligent.
Okay, so there is a very distinct difference between being intelligent and being wise. Because you can read all sorts of information and understand it at a high level, but that ability to apply it,
I've had this conversation with my mom about my sister. Okay, my sister is extremely fucking book smart.
Yeah,
I mean, just one of the smartest people you will ever meet in your entire life when it comes to books. I mean, she just has read everything. She understands it. She picks math and science and history and all this shit just up immediately. But for the longest time, she had zero common sense.
Yeah.
Zero. She had no street smarts, no common sense. She was super sheltered. She didn't know about life at all. I was the fucking opposite, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hate books. I love my economics books and my political philosophy. And there's shit that I'm drawn to that I want to read. But man, I don't want to sit around and read like most sci-fi and science fiction or fantasy and shit like that. I don't. I just I'd rather just listen to it on a doing other things, you know what I mean? That's an ADHD. But I know how to weigh up. I know how to weigh up an eighth when I was like 13 years old. You know what I mean?
And then there's me, who the hardest drug I've ever done is alcohol.
Bro,
I'm like in the libertarian world, I am probably the most square of all. I didn't drink till I was 21.
This is what I want people to know. This is why I brought you. This is one of the reasons why I brought you on, dude. Because it's a contrast. We need some contrast. Look, dude. Joe Rogan's got his Jamie. Okay. Tim Pool's got his whatever that guy's name is. That's always forgettable.
Ian?
Yeah, that one. Crossland.
Yeah, Ian Crossland. Ian Crossland.net. Graphene.
And now I have my Ryan. And that's where we're at, dude. That's what I needed, somebody who can every once in a while give me a different point of view. Because I do sit here and I have people on the show and I have my views and I need somebody else with a different perspective, dude. And you're not a leftist.
No. God, no.
You're not a commie.
Even though
He's a minarchist, though. It's pretty much the same thing.
Personality wise, like I'm fairly big into Jordan Peterson, and I love the Big Five personality and viewing the world through that. And I'm super high in openness and then fairly low in conscientiousness, which just screams I should be all the way on the far left.
Sure.
But somehow I'm not. I haven't put that together.
You're like a little like my mom, dude. I'm not gonna lie. My mom likes to call herself a lovertarian. She's a libertarian. She's very conservative, like economically, but she's also like, oh, I want people to be happy and love. I love people and fucking.
I don't think so. You were like talking about how much you like hate the McCains and other people. I just don't have it in me for that level of animosity unless if you're the 2009 Saints.
Right.
Like,
you do hate the Saints, dude.
Oh, I hate them. Like, but I love the Vikings. So
yeah, I'm taking my son to the Cowboys Vikings game this year to watch the Cowboys destroy your Vikings. So
is that one's up in Minnesota, right?
November 20th at US Bank Stadium. Yep.
My mom and I have a tradition where we go to a Vikings game every year, and we're deciding between the Cowboys Vikings and the Vikings Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I'm probably leaning towards the Cowboys Vikings one.
It would be nice to watch Tua play against your Vikings and see how they do. And I actually, I just I opened a box the other day and pulled a numbered Kirk Cousins to 249, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I might give it to you before you leave. Sounds like a card that you need. I know you're a Vikings guy. There's a lot of Vikings guys. It's a weird place to live because there's like Vikings fans here, and there's like tons of Kansas City fans here too.
Yeah, Kansas City, Green Bay, Chicago, Cowboys, Vikings. Those are
really
the most common ones. No Detroit fans. Like
zero.
I have not met a Detroit fan.
Zero.
Yeah, just none. And I've lived in Iowa my whole life.
And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Michigan. I guess Michigan's. It is a little far from here compared to Kansas City and Minneapolis. Minneapolis is about 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Kansas City is about 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that those two teams are here. You think you'd see more like Colt fans too? Indiana's not far.
Yeah, but in comparison to,
I guess it's about.
But
the
like
same.
Chicago, especially, I grew up in the northeast part of the state. Yeah. Chicago was closer than Minneapolis or Kansas City.
There are some Bears fans here, but I see less Bears fans here than I do other fans.
I think the more northeast you get, the more Bears fans you get.
That makes sense. I feel bad for those people, really. I do.
Oh yeah, I have two brothers and my father. They're Bears fans.
It's got to be weird being born in the Midwest. See, I'm smart, and I just started making my kids watch Dallas Cowboys games, so they're all Dallas Cowboys fans now.
Well, Bears were always first priority growing up, but when I could start comprehending the game of football, that was when it was Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
Sure.
And they were the most exciting thing on television. And then I'm also a contrarian little bitch. So I was like, I don't want to be a fan of the same team as anyone else in my family. And then my favorite color is purple. So it was a perfect storm. And now I'm dedicated to this misery.
Well, good, man. Good. I love this. Dude, I really like this setup. What do you guys think about this? This is pretty cool, right? There we go. There's a Bills fan in the chat. There goes the neighborhood. Fucking Bills. You're in Washington, Perry. How are you a Bills fan? That doesn't make any sense. You should be a Seattle fan, dude. I don't know. I love this setup, though, dude. This looks really good. I wish you could see the stream.
Yeah.
That's the only problem is you can't see the stream at all.
Yeah. I don't know. We might be able to come up with something to be able to figure out a way for me to see the stream, because I feel like I'm missing out by not being able to read the chat.
Yeah, you could. This is what I typically do, and when I used to do members only streams, if you believe it or not, I could not see the chat on my computer.
Oh,
because for some reason, when I do a members only stream on YouTube, the chat does not come through to OBS.
Weird.
Even though I'm signed into it, so I would just open the chat on my phone and just have it sitting there, and I can read the chat straight up just like that, dude. I mean, and you could do the same thing. You could just open your phone, get the link, and you got the chat right there, dude.
Yeah,
and then you can reply to the chat and all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
People keep saying to send read the link to the show. Reed Coverdale, who's really hates the McCains, probably more than New Hampshire. In fact, he probably made the tweet from the New Hampshire page.
Yeah, I think I follow Reed on Twitter, and
Reed's a good dude, man. No, Reed's not on Twitter, dude. They don't keep Reed on Twitter very long anymore. Every time Reed comes back to Twitter, he's kicked off within like 4 hours because he really hates Israel.
Oh yeah,
like, even more than I hate Israel, and that's a lot, dude.
Israel is territory that I don't walk into.
Just wait till they see my new poster, dude. They're gonna love that one. Fakertarians are gonna make posts about me every week when they see the new poster.
Yeah, probably.
Which is fine. They already do.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? More posts about me? Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh no, dude, we're already at 45 minutes, just me and you, dude.
Yeah.
I like it. What do you guys think, man? You guys, yeah, New Hampshire did make CNN with that tweet, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Man, all 200 of their viewers saw it.
I was the other day.
I think my Twitter account has more eyes on it than CNN now, and I have 90 followers.
I keep telling people that I'm not going to be happy until we get more listeners of the show than CNN has daily listeners, which Tim Pool and Joe Rogan do already.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dave Smith does too.
I don't know if Dave does. I don't know what I don't know what numbers Dave does for the audio podcast.
I don't know either, but he does like 50K on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
That's not daily though.
No, it's not.
No, he's not daily, but I know his audio gets like a lot more than what his YouTube does. I think his bread and butter, like what pays him to stay home with his family, is the audio podcast, which I have not figured out how. I mean, I put my podcast up on audio, but I have no idea how to monetize it the way these guys do. That's the only problem.
Okay. I mean, you could ask them.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah. I got a friend that does football podcasts that's pretty successful, so I could maybe get tips from him.
Nice. Yeah, I would like the show to. First of all, I want a BTFO Olbermann. Like that's that's the first goal. Get more followers than Keith Olbermann has, right? Because that guy's a piece of shit.
I don't really. I've heard the name, but I don't really know him.
He's the biggest fucking crybaby punk in all of the media. Anyways, who cares? And second, I want to be able to grift my way into being a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, okay.
But I am the breadwinner for a family of 9.
Yeah.
So I can't do that until the show's doing numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we'll get there. I mean, I think we could get there. If I go back to doing it the way I was and you know, we actually stay consistent and do shows every week and not, you know, fuck over all these wonderful people that pay to stick around.
Yeah.
Then I think we'd get there. You know what I mean? But hopefully everybody sticks with us, man. I really like it. We're at 50 minutes already. I think we're getting there. But before we go, I do want to talk a little bit about the student loan forgiveness.
Yeah.
That was another topic that I kind of wanted to bring up. So funny thing, I want to buy a house. Okay. And a couple years ago, I decided maybe I should start fixing my fucking credit because I had just destroyed my credit. I had divorce and kids and, you know, school, and it was a lot. I really fucked up my credit. And so I had about $25,000 in student loans.
Yeah.
That I have just been defaulted on because I don't have the money to pay them right now. And I want to get to a point where I am paying them.
Yeah.
And I always thought I would, you know, and someday I'm going to pay $27 a month on this thing and just just forget about that $27 for the rest of my life. Because that's what it was going to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the student loan forgiveness thing goes through. I've been harping against forgiving student loan debt for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time. And for good reason. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's stupid, especially if you're not even going to get to the root of the problem. It's like
everyone's just going to have the same debt next year.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're not fixing the loan system at all. It's just like
Well, and here's the thing too. In the way that I thought about it, because people are like, "Oh, you have student loan, you fucking hypocrite," or whatever, right? And I'm like, the way I looked at it was like, well, yeah, I have student loans that I need to pay off, and eventually I'll pay them off, but they're way less than I've ever paid in taxes. Okay.
Oh yeah. And
second, if student loan forgiveness goes through, there's not a doubt in my mind that taxes are going to have to go up to cover all this. Okay?
They won't directly go up.
I guarantee you that somehow that $27 a month that I would have been paying on my student loans eventually is going to get recouped by them somehow.
Yeah.
Through some kind of increase in something that's going to take that probably $37 now instead of the $27 that I was going to eventually pay on. So I was like, I don't even want my student debt forgiven. But I woke up this morning. I check my credit every single day. Every single day, because I'm like really actively working on fixing the little things that are on my credit that have kept my credit down for so long. I woke up this morning and I had 4 Department of Education accounts closed. Gone. I had no choice in the matter. Zero.
Okay, that's Yeah,
just
I wasn't sure how that was gonna happen. Like the mechanics of it.
They're just gone.
Huh.
My accounts.
I'll
my
have
department.
to have my wife check her accounts because we have an agreement that once her loans are paid off, which is about we have like 25,000.
You can have a baby.
We're gonna have kids. So
look at this. You can see it right here. Counts removed. Department of Education. Department of Education. Department of Education. Count removed from report. 4 of them. Gone. Just gone. 20, I think it was about $25,000. I thought they were only...
It's only supposed to be up to 20, and that's only if you got a Pell Grant. So
Yeah.
up to 10,000 without a Pell Grant, so...
Makes no sense to me. I do think I got some kind of Pell Grant.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't go into debt for school at all, which my parents worked hard to make sure that happened, and I worked my ass off to get scholarships. And
Are you calling my mom a bad mom right now?
no, from what you've told me, your childhood wasn't as affluent as mine was, so it would have been far more difficult for your parents to make that happen.
My single mother, who raised 2 kids by herself in the hood. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
She wasn't paying for me to go to college. And my mom, God bless my mother. She's helped us out financially. I mean, she helped us with this move. If it wasn't for her, we would not have had this beautiful home. There's no way. But we're renting this home. Mm-hmm. And I would like to buy this home. Yeah. Because I don't ever want to move. First of all, I don't ever want to move again. Because I fucking hate moving. And moving with 4 kids, or 4 rooms and 8 or 7 kids. And it's a mess, dude. It's a lot.
I know, I was there.
Yeah, you saw, and you didn't even see the first couple days where we were just packing and shit, and trying to get all the kids to pack their. So like, go up to your room, pack your shit, and then you go up there an hour later and they'd be playing. Yeah, you haven't packed anything. Yeah. But also because this house is perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
If you guys haven't seen this house, Ryan's seen the house.
Oh yeah, amazing. It is one of the nice. I think it's the nicest house I've ever.
It's amazing, and it's a little old and dated and worn down in some areas, especially from the outside. But I don't even give a shit about that at all. It's like it's perfect for me. Yeah, and all these kids. But anyways, I mean, what do you think? What do you think comes next after them paying all these student debt? I mean, they paid my student debt off, and I didn't ask for it.
And nothing else will happen until like next November. Like, this is just to buy people's votes.
Oh, sure. Well, and they have to, right?
Yeah.
They have to buy votes right now because they locked you in your home. They took your fucking jobs. They forced medical treatments on you for 2 years. This has been going on. And now they're like, oh, a lot of people are starting to realize that a lot of this is bullshit. We better pay them.
On top of that, they can't hide that Biden is just gone.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him in any media or anything.
Well, I saw a little bit of him like announcing this, and he went on for like 3 minutes about his father and I growing up, and you're gonna be a college man, Joe, and all sorts of things. And it's like he's just old. Yeah, he's old, and it's to the point where
it's elder abuse at this point, dude.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it. That's elder abuse.
They're putting him on some stimulants when he goes out there. Like there was one video that the White House put out that he's Sleepy Joe for the first minute, and then there's like a jump cut, and suddenly his pupils are like dilated all the way, and he's like sitting up straighter and talking more straight.
He's like, listen, everybody, we're gonna cut your student debt right away. Yeah, you get free student debt. Yeah, dude, that's nuts, dude. He's nuts. He's absolutely insane. But anyways, this is a good show, dude.
It was.
I appreciate it. What you guys sound off? How do you feel about Ryan? I know he's not our normal everyday hardcore righty, okay, but he's a good dude, and I'm happy to have him here. What do you think, Ryan? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I had fun.
You liked it?
Yeah.
You'll come back for the next show?
Oh yeah, as long as your audience doesn't bully me too hard.
Oh, they're gonna bully you, right? They've been bullying you in the chat the whole time, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a pint of ice cream and pull up the replay and just sob and eat that.
Bro, I bought drumsticks at the store right before you came over just for you in case you were so sad that you needed some ice cream.
Yeah.
No, they were pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think probably just Top Lobster was in there just roasting you the most.
Oh yeah. I've been following Top Lobsters for like a week on Twitter, and I expect him to
he's gonna
roast the shit out of me because I disagree on the New Hampshire tweet.
Exactly, he's gonna roast you, dude.
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna roast you. Yeah. Hold on, let's see. I want to show the guys. I got some other mics here too. So there is a couch mic here, or a couch mic and camera. It's really, really bad camera. It's the old C922 Pro, but that will be where James Ginneman will be sitting on September 12th for our first live public stream. It's gonna have to do for now. It's a good mic, just a bad camera. I'm trying to get together enough money to get another DSLR, but you guys know I have a lot of kids and life's kind of crazy. Sorry, I've been drinking the Champagne beers, and then I do also have a setup camera where we can bring on virtual guests still from the old style. So as you can see me here, that would actually be virtual guests. So we can still do virtual guests, but I'm trying my very hardest to get as many in-studio guests as possible because this is just a cool fucking setup, dude.
It is, but we're out in corn country, so not a lot of people are just passing through here.
Dude, we got to get more people. Well, that's the thing. Tim Pool. Mm-hmm. And
but he like pays to fly people.
Yeah,
out.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we have to get bigger than Tim Pool, dude. You know what I mean? So that we can fly our guests out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna get to. We're gonna beat Tim Pool's number. We're gonna do numbers, son.
Yeah, we're gonna do numbers. Okay.
No, I think we'll be all right. But anyways, Ryan, I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too.
Thank you so much for coming. And
well, I'm gonna be here like all the time now.
Yeah, well, and your wife's really cool, and I think my wife likes her a lot too. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad they get along super well.
Your dog, if he's not dead upstairs from our 100-pound 1-year-old dog. Yeah.
Oh. I think my dog would go after your dog first.
I don't even know how it works, but I do appreciate you. I look forward to this partnership going forward, and having people in the studio and having you here, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, that's the end of the members only stream. We did an hour. I appreciate you guys coming and continuing to support the show, and it means a lot to me. I know the hiatus was long, but we did have a beautiful little baby boy named Rocco Steven. He came out 7 pounds 3 ounces, which is my smallest baby yet, by the way. He's a little boy, and he's beautiful though. He looks just like his big giant monstrous 20-month-old brother, just a very small miniature version, and he's a lot sweeter. We did move, and just it's a lot of stuff going on, man. So I'm sorry about the hiatus, but I promise you it won't happen again. September 12th. So just 14 days from now?
Something like that.
Yeah, so 2 weeks. We're going to go live in the studio for the public stream. It'll be me and Ryan. And then James Ginneman from Minnesota is going to drive down and be in the studio with us. Hopefully, I will have some kind of SLR camcorder for the couch cam by then, and you guys won't have to sit through this. What is this? Look at this! Look at this thing! Look at that! That's just terrible. That's not how we roll on Break the Cycle, dude. That's just not. I'm sorry.
I think it is for now, but
I bought it. So this camera here is actually a Sony Handycam camcorder, and it looks really good. It does 1080p at 30 FPS or 60 FPS. It works with the lighting really well. It's got a good zoom on it. It's clean. It looks nice. I bought another, so I was like, well, this one was Julia's, so I didn't actually have to buy this. So I was like, well, I guess if I can find another camcorder that will do 1080p with a capture card, that'll work over here. So I ordered this new camcorder over here that's sitting on, you see the camcorder over there? It came from China. And I plugged it into the cam link and I hooked it up onto my OBS, and it was in black and white. And it was showing me all of the tasks that were running on the camcorder. It like totally fried the camcorder. immediately trying to run it on my stream. So that's out, and so now we need to get together at least $250 for another Sony Handycam, or another, preferably $500 to $700 for a DSLR mirrorless, which is what the camera that I use. And my streams just look good that way. But we'll get there. We'll get back there. I promise. Guys, I love you to death. Please, before you leave, go check out my sponsors, toplobster.com. The man, the myth, the legend, my good friend and partner on Break the Cycle, where you can get this great Tower Gang Tetris shirt that you see me wearing tonight by using BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. Or join the Patreon, subscribe to our... I don't need to say this to you guys. You're already members. You're literally in here because you're already members, so I don't need to say this to you. But if you're in the Discord server, and every once a year when Top pops in there, he pops in and goes, "Hey, I got a new design for the next 2 weeks. You can get it, or for the next week, or you can get it for 30% discount by using this code." So it does happen from time to time, and I think Top's working on some new designs, so that's cool if you're in the Discord. If you're not, hit me up. I'll get you in the Discord. And of course, executive producers of the show, anthemplanning.com, for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Check them out today. See what they can do for your business, home, or personal life. They're doing a wonderful job that the government has historically sucked at, much cheaper and much more efficiently. Guys, thanks again, man. It's been a ride. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you guys a lot, especially for sticking around. The few of you who stuck around. Financially, especially, really kind of got us through a tough spot, and I probably shouldn't be telling them that, but you did. We were really running rough there for a bit. We're still really running rough, but we're getting through it now. So I just want to tell you guys that you have helped this family immensely. I love you to death. I will talk to you later, Ryan. Thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll see you guys either for another members only stream at the earliest, or at the very latest, September 12th, for the first show with James Gentleman. But until then, don't forget to break the cycle.
Due to legal reasons, I just have to explain. The lyrics of my last song may seem to contain a violent call to action in the verse and refrain, but I just landed in Minecraft. The helicopter part was in reference to GTA 5 and the things you do. So any violence you commit, I am not an excuse, because I just landed in Minecraft. A chipper is my friend and he's constantly cold. Accusations of incitement getting totally old. Make your own choices, yeah, you have control, because I just landed in Minecraft. Obviously I would never advocate force, unless it's due process and a trial, of course. And if you're convicted, we will make you a corpse. In Minecraft, just in Minecraft. You're nothing I mean, you know it. No product theaters, cause they're closed for COVID. Holy shit, I think I'm